Hi everyone. So earlier today I had a discussion with a Filipina and we were talking about dating and we had a pretty interesting conversation about do's and don'ts and some differences between dating in the West and dating over here in the Philippines. And we came to the conclusion there are some differences and sometimes can cause confusion and can cause problems on their end or problems on our end. So today in this video I'd like to dive into that and discuss that further. Stay tuned.
It's more fun in the Philippines! It's more fun in the Philippines! Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Hallelujah!
Okay, so the first thing I wanted to talk about is dating in the West and dating in the Philippines. Now, dating in the Philippines tends to be more like courting, and I'll explain that in a second. But let's take dating, for example, in the West. When you're dating, as a Westerner, typically, I could date one girl on Monday, and on Wednesday I could date a different girl, and then Friday I could date that same girl a second time, until we've had that conversation and said, listen, I would like to be exclusive with you, and you both agree to be exclusive, and then you tend to head towards the maybe boyfriend-girlfriend stage at that point. You are free to date whoever and whenever you want, until you've had that conversation that you are exclusive. Now that's in the West. Now, maybe a lot of old-fashioned Westerners are only going to date one girl at a time. And me, myself, personally, I never dated multiple girls at the same time. I'm too busy of a lifestyle anyway to do that. But it is acceptable in the West, right? You can date one girl, you can date another girl, and date the other girl again until you've had that conversation that you guys are exclusive. Okay, but in the Philippines, it's different. Now, if you ask a girl out on a date in the Philippines, well, that girl expects that you guys are headed towards courting. And courting is where you're heading towards into a serious relationship, which would lead into engagement and marriage. Okay, but if you're dating a girl in the Philippines, you're expected to only date that one girl. They don't want you to date her and then date another girl, and then back to that girl. Okay, so you'll quickly get a reputation and a name for yourself, and they like to call that chick boy here. Now, a lot of Westerners could come out here, and they could get that name, chick boy, and it doesn't really mean that they, in their minds, or we don't think we're a chick boy, because it's just acceptable Western culture that you could date until you've had the conversation that you're exclusive. But in the Philippines, it's different. So in the Philippines, you either have to have a conversation with that girl and say, listen, I'm dating a few different girls. I'm looking for the right girl, and she has to be okay with that. Or you should follow the Philippines type dating rules, and that is you date one girl, and if it doesn't work out, then you let her know, hey, we've had 3 dates and I like you, but we're just not that compatible, and then you can go on and date another girl, because you've ended it with that girl. You're not going to date her anymore. You will go on and date another girl. Okay, but here it's not really acceptable to date multiple women at the same time. You will quickly get that reputation of chick boy. Even though in the West it was acceptable, here not really. Okay, maybe places like Manila or something a little more westernized, but not really. So just be aware of that. You don't want the reputation chick boy. Date one girl at a time exclusively. If it doesn't work out, you stop dating that girl, and then you can move on to date another girl. Or you've either had a lengthy conversation with the girl you're dating and let her know, hey, I'm going to be dating other girls. She may be okay with it. She may not be okay with it. But that's really the only choice, okay? So that's the first thing I wanted to talk about. Okay, the second thing I wanted to talk about is we had a discussion about dating Westerners for money. And Filipinos, the good Filipinas really hate that people think that they're dating a Westerner for money. Typically, Westerners are more mature, can take better care of them, and are more serious about love and less playing games than a lot of Filipino guys. Now, granted, taking care of a Filipina does mean a little bit financial, right? We can give them a little bit of a better life. So, but that's a small part. Many Filipinas just believe that we're going to be a lot more serious about love and marriage, and family's going to come first. And so they're embarrassed by that. They don't like people to think that they're just looking for money. And I can attest that that's completely true. Certainly not all Filipinos are looking for money. If you're meeting Filipinas and they're just looking for money, then you're just meeting the wrong ones, because there are a lot of good Filipinas out here. So my friend inspired me to do this video. Like I said, she's Filipina, and she wanted me to do it just to have expats or Westerners better understand Pinays, and for Westerners to stop like hearsay. She wanted to make those three topics clear. Certainly she doesn't speak for the entire Filipina population, but I think a lot of what she says is shared and felt by many Pinays. So I would love to hear in the comments from Westerners what differences you have found with dating in the Philippines. And Filipinos especially, please comment down below and let me know what are some things that you find different if you've dated a Westerner, or a question you may have if you want to date a Westerner. And let's get a major discussion going down in the comments, and hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification to stay up to date with the latest content. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Please subscribe to